hands full because Alex Iwobi is going to keep coming at him. But on the other side for Algeria, there's Feghouli and Benasser. They're gonna have it with Etebo and Ndidi.
Let's send you down for the national anthems. The formal part of the pregame is now done. Now it's time to get yourself ready for semifinal action. Cairo International Stadium. Good crowd on hand for this one. Sly, who's feeling more pressure going into this game, Algeria or Nigeria?
Algeria. They haven't won the AFCON since 1990. That's a long time. I mean, Victor Moses was probably still in his mother's womb the last time they won the African Cup of Nations. And he doesn't even play for Nigeria anymore. And he's still 28 years old. So the pressure is definitely on Algeria.
As you look at their starting 11, they're going to come out in a 4-4-2. Jamel Belmadi deciding to go with that. Sofiane Feghouli, Riyad Mahrez wears the captain's armband, and then you have the two attackers, Youssef Belaili and Baghdad Bounedjah, who was let off the hook versus Ivory Coast after he cranked his penalty kick off the crossbar, and he was despondent until they won that game. And now he gets a starting spot here in this semifinal, and you can bet if he gets another chance with a look-at goal like that, he's not going to miss.
Rightfully so, because he's actually been their leading striker. He's played very well for them at this AFCON. Quick thing to point out, both teams, their weakness, goalkeeping. Rising Boli on the Algerian side, Daniel Akpeyi on the Nigerian side. The average Nigerian has their hearts in their mouths every time the ball goes back to
Hang on a second. Algeria's allowed a single goal, and you're saying that goalkeeping is their weakness?
Rising Boli is their weakness.
Really?
You watch out today. Rising Boli is Algeria's weakness.
10 goals scored, 1 goal against for Algeria coming in. As you look at the VAR room, we saw the VAR room, of course, in the last game. They had some calls to make in the last semifinal game. As we take a look at Nigeria's starting 11.
Yeah, you're looking at the same lineup that came out against South Africa. No changes. Daniel Akpeyi in goal. Genatro decided to go with him. Two center backs, William Troost-Ekong and Omeruo. In that midfield, it's Iwobi, Etebo, Ndidi, watch out for Chukwueze and Musa to hug those flanks and take it, especially Musa. But the problem with Musa is it's a final product. He's got the speed, but the crossing is the issue. Hopefully his crosses are better today. And
he's also on a yellow card. Another player that could miss the final if he gets a card in this semi-final match. Jamel Belmadi looking to take Algeria to the Cup of Nations final. Gernot Rohr looking to do the same. Let's send you down to your commentator, Dwayne Daloka. Enjoy the first half. Nigeria versus Algeria.
The second semi-final of the Total Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 is underway. It is the West African, North African battle as Algeria and Nigeria go head-to-head here. Certainly the power bases in African football dictate that this is the dominant area of football. North versus West in both of the semi-finals, as the early challenge from Adlin Guedioura on Udeni Gallo perhaps signals what might very well be the storyline for much of this time. Algeria looking to make their first final since winning the title in 1990 against the Nigerian side, who will be looking to win the title in successive editions they've competed at. They've failed to progress to the Africa Cup of Nations since winning the tournament in 2013. This is their return. Looking to go on and win it. They are 90 minutes away from the final potentially. Standing over this, Ugenekaro Atebo. Phenomenal footballer and one of the most dynamic footballers I've ever seen. Feeds from the set piece. Early chance for Nigeria is fairly comfortably defended here by this Algerian side. Belaili looking to get on the end of a ball that Musa escapes with. Tebo inside, and Ben Lamri will just hoof this ball away back into Algerian territory, where it's brought under control by the very impressive Jamilu Collins, a man who has had to step up first in the squad. Ellison Ichijile is widely expected to be playing. He's had to step up in so many respects as Collins, and he's taken his opportunity with aplomb. Kong laying it forward by Chidozie Oaziem, but Ben Nasser effectively winning it back in the middle of the park for Algeria, whose fans break into song immediately and look to encourage the Desert Foxes to a victory over Nigeria. Well, the Carthage Eagles had their wings clipped by Senegal's Teranga Lions. It will be the Desert Foxes who clip the wings of the Super Eagles, or can they soar highest in tonight's semi-final? Binsbaini, the rain-based defender, laying it back towards Mondi, who is a right-back by trade, so there must have been some discussion about potentially breaking that central defensive partnership that Mondi and Ben Lamri have managed to create to replace the injured Youssef Attal, who is superb down the right flank for this Algerian side in the early stages of the competition, but a broken collarbone in the quarter-finals means Mehdi Zafan of Rennes, like his opposite wing-back Rami Binsbaini, the left-back. The two both play in France from the same club. So Zafan starting on the right, and one real change, Figuli having recovered from injury. It's the young Chukwueze, 2018 Nigerian Football Federation's Young Player of the Year. Rising talent. Finally found his first international goal when he scored in the quarter-final over South Africa to become the tournament's youngest goal scorer. 20 years and 49 days old, Samuel Chukwueze. If anybody had seen him playing in La Liga this campaign, they would know that he's got something special about his ability on a pitch. Speaking of, Chidozie Oaziem, he's been nothing short of utterly impressive and dominant in defence in the matches he's played. Brief moment forward to Chukwueze, and then back to the defence. Moro trying the long ball forward for Nigeria. It's kept in play, and an opportunity down that far flank. Musa has Igalo running on his inside here. Can't quite get the cutback in, but Nasser with a little touch escapes with possession. Mahrez will see a throw to Algeria on the far flank, where it's a delegation sits, including Amaju Pinnick, the man in charge of the Nigerian Football Federation. Among those who played in the Legends game did Amaju Pinnick. It's been much of the celebration and build-up to this tie. Legends games that's seen the likes of Monku Kado and Daniel Amokachi playing, the former Nigerian stars. Handful of Senegalese players as well, who already wait in the final. Legends from Senegal, including Kalou Fadiga and El Hadji Diouf among those who were competing. And right now the focus very much on Algeria and Nigeria as Ben Lamri goes back to Mboli, who's on his first touch in the game. Quality all-round footballer. But he did concede his first goal at the tournament in his last match. Monday. Switching out wide. Just knocking the ball around. Soufiane Fegouli having slid into a wide position. Long ball forward. Just asking a little too much of Baghdad Bounja. A man who looked utterly remorseful and completely disconsolate by the penalty miss that he struck onto the crossbar and out and over for the Algerian side in their quarter-final tie against Cote d'Ivoire. They would have seen them take a 2-0 lead. Jonathan Kodja subsequently equalising for a Cote d'Ivoire side that would eventually go out on penalties as Algeria advanced. He has Chukwueze. Runs onto a free ball in the middle of the park. Great vision here. Lays it in over the top. It's just gone agonisingly ahead of Ahmed Musa, always curling away from him, and on the slightly dewy surface that they've been watering virtually all day, the ball skids away from Musa and out of play. Wonderful vision again from Simon Chukwueze. Guediora laying it out to Monday for this Algerian side. Fegouli wants options. He sees beIN on the near side. beIN, he's got two men waiting for delivery to come. Is it going to come in toward the back post? It is there. And how is that wide from Bounja? Daniel Akpe committed, missed it, and Bounja, it struck him out for the goal kick. That's a very timid appeal for a corner by Baghdad Bounja. Nobody there once it slid past Akpe, and again perhaps the skiddiness of the surface proving the undoing of the player rushing on. beIN proving creative, and how that ball has got past two Nigerian players, Akpe among them, the 33-year-old Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper, man who plays in South Africa. Signed after South Africa's long-time number one, Itumeleng Khune, picked up a shoulder injury this campaign. Wasn't able to make the Bafana Bafana squad for this African Cup of Nations. Daniel Akpe signed to Kaizer Chiefs to step into the fray. Fegouli. This is lovely interplay from Algeria. They're getting the triangles right here in the early stages, but Nigeria still standing strong, watchful, and getting the basics right. The heads on bobbing around. They are keeping their heads and showing some composed behaviour inside their own final third. Escape with possession and clear the ball successfully. Nigerian fans looking to out-sing the Algerian fans here. They certainly outnumber the Nigerian fans to the fans of the Desert Foxes. So this 20th international meeting between these teams. Nigeria having won 8, Algeria 7 of their previous ties, only 4 draws. It's almost always goals. This is their 9th Africa Cup of Nations meeting over the years. And each side winning 3, including their first Africa Cup of Nations title respectively. Sides have a bit of an undeniable continental history and link. Not only did they face each other in their first ever Africa Cup of Nations final appearance. And they each beat the other to win their maiden Africa Cup of Nations title on home soil. Algeria did it against Algeria in 1980 when they made their first final respectively, and Algeria made their second final. Algeria, dominant force as well in the 80s. Lost out to Algeria in the 90s. Odion Ighalo and Jamal bin Lamri coming together. Bin Lamri. Type of player though that can genuinely disrupt any opposing attacks so well, even with a little aggression. Can bully opposing attackers. So 10 minutes have come and gone at the Cairo International Stadium, and goalless it remains in this 20th meeting, with Algeria searching for that first Africa Cup of Nations final in 29 years. Nigeria looking to take a step closer toward their fourth title. beIN here inside the area. beIN looking for support. Feeds it out wide. Fighouli. It was nearly a heavy first touch. It's still a line for Algeria. They've got players gathering, and Akbay punches away. Only as far as beIN has got a dangerous left foot. Drags it back. A shot taken. Powerful as well from Ben Nasser. But it's cannoned off the wall. It looked like Ikong was in the right place to guide that ball safely away. The recovery. Ben Sebaini searching for a way here beyond the Nigerian defence that is now aided by the return of Alex Iwobi. And Mboli calls early, says that ball is going to reach my 18-yard area first, just shepherd Ighalo. And both technical areas are fuming instructions to their players. Gernot Rohr is a couple of metres outside of his technical area, hopping mad with his defence the moment, while Jamal bin Lamri is trudging the edge of his technical area as his players approach the 18-yard area of Nigeria, screaming instructions again. It might have proved unkind, but in the end it's proved rather fortuitous, the touch by Iwobi. Daniel Akbay has certainly been put under pressure already in the opening minutes of this semi-final. But he's been growing in confidence as a goalkeeper in recent times, and he's kept 5 clean sheets in his last 8 internationals as Daniel Akbay. This Ben Nasser, he took the snapshot a short while ago. The positioning from the Nigerian defence looked to be solid enough. Initially punched away from Akbay. beIN looked to control it and decided the snapshot was required. But Akbay, under not enough pressure really speaking, could have been able to catch that Mahrez ball, I would imagine. That said, punched it away, found beIN. Ben Nasser with a shot that Ikong was well placed to clear. Back live, Ben Lamri and Ighalo coming together, and Ben Lamri again, as I mentioned, willing to do just about anything to stop anybody going beyond him. He's conceded the free kick here. Now, both these sides will be wanting to keep it fairly compact and not concede free kicks. Algeria have not, while they've only conceded 1 goal in the tournament, it came from open play. They've looked like they could be undone at certain set pieces. Chukwueze chipping it toward the back post, and just a little too strong from the young Villarreal winger comes striker. That's good, Diora. No love lost between players on the pitch at the moment. Good, Diora. Nottingham Forest playing in England in the Championship. The likes of Riyad Mahrez as well. They were having what looked to be very friendly discussions with some of the Nigerian players earlier as the 2 sets arrived around an hour and a half to kick off. There's Mboli being put under good pressure here from Ighalo. Owaziem. Ndidi, current Leicester City man who has been superb in the past 2 Premier League campaigns. That's William Troost-Ekong. And and scored the late winner against South Africa in the quarter-final. Forward, Feguli. Mahrez searching for options. That masterful and cultured left boot of his. It's already seen him score twice at this tournament, including a stunner against Guinea. beIN is being tugged on here, and it's going to be a free kick. Chidozie Iwaziem committing the error. He certainly doesn't want players going around him. He's been nothing short of dominant in his position when he has played for the Super Eagles at this tournament, as Chidozie Iwaziem, now based in Turkey. In the 5 matches that he's played coming into this tie, he's only lost 2 aerial battles. He's not been dribbled past once, and he's got a 100% success rate in tackles. That said, he has conceded a few free kicks in an attempt to prevent his opponents from getting beyond him, which is fine in the greater scheme of things, but you don't want to be conceding too many set pieces in and around the danger area. beIN among those who can deliver quality ball, but it's been Nasser who sends it in now. Oh, it's a great header that should have been delivered on target. How did Rami Ben Sebaini miss that? Bunja left speechless. Oh, that ball coming in with the player being in an offside position. That wouldn't have counted now that we have the VAR in goal. That really should have hit the target. Had Bunja got his head on the end of that, would have been fine, but Ben Sebaini, who found himself straying into an offside position, would have seen that disallowed on the VAR if it had tucked into the back of the Nigerian net. So goalless it remains, 16 minutes gone in this intense battle between 2 of Africa's largest teams in many ways. Algeria, Africa's biggest team by area, biggest country by area, up against the Nigerian side that is Africa's most populous country. Fan bases are enormous for these teams as well, and there's much expectation from the fan bases in the respective countries. Bilmadi watching on, his side look to defend this set piece from Nigeria, which looks very dangerous, with Iwaziem lurking toward the back post. It needed a vital touch, and Ben Lamri happy to concede the corner here. Ball coming in over the top. Ben Lamri showing his athleticism. This is looking better for Nigeria. Good pressure from Nigeria, but they failed to get the header in on target. Good runner at the back post, Chidozie Iwaziem, as Chukwueze fed in a rather inviting ball that Iwaziem is unable to head goal-bound. Nasser, former Arsenal man. Lovely ball through. Oh, beIN anticipated brilliantly. Great chance to feed it in. A lovely run from Bunja, but brilliantly anticipated by the Chelsea man who's been on loan for a number of years, Kenneth Omuro. It got past Chidozie Iwaziem, and beIN read it to perfection. Looked to slide that ball in behind the defence, and Omuro with some cover defence of absolutely top-class, top-draw defending from Omuro. He's one of the 3 players who remains from the squad that won the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations under the late, great Stephen Keshi. Just a look at the moment from the opposing angle. Mehdi Zafan going down. Ahmed Musa the culprit on this occasion. Delivery in over the top, and that'll be skipping kindly through for Daniel Akpe. Yusuf Belaili is back on his feet after going down in the area. Mahrez a moment ago with this ball. A little battle between Nawaziem and Belaili. Ball nowhere near the individuals concerned. Referee happy to allow play to continue, no real harm done. So Nawaziem and Belaili came together. Should be a handful of genuinely entertaining battles on the field today, mini battles. Nawaziem. Chukwueze. Gideora trying to close him down, and Didi again lays it onto the path of Iwobi, who's calling the play here. Musa out wide, Igalo central, so it's Chukwueze in the end. It's a very tame effort from a man who has twice scored a brace at the FIFA World Cup for Nigeria, including that most memorable brace against Argentina in a 3-2 loss of the 2014 FIFA World Cup, a brace against Iceland in 2018 last year in Russia. After 20 minutes then in this battle of North versus West, it is 0-0 at the Cairo International Stadium. This call is gone against Etebo. Oginekaro Etebo up against Ben Nasser, just bulldozing his opponent slightly. And Etebo is one of the most versatile players I've ever come across. From his rampant goal-scoring days in the early stages of his career to the incredible performances he chipped in for Nigeria, the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, where he was part of a squad that picked up bronze medals. He lost out to eventual runners-up Germany. He lost out on penalties to a Neymar-inspired Brazil. There's Chukwueze. Oh, looking to go past Ben Lamri, but Ben Lamri happy to take him on. Belaili now, quick feet from Belaili, quick thinking as well. And this time he's just chipped that in a little too far ahead of the chasing Bunja, whose quality is not always appreciated, his intense work rate. Because strikers are supposed to score goals, and he's done precious little of that at the tournament, by the penalty he struck against Kenya. I should say struck successfully against Kenya. He missed a penalty against Cote d'Ivoire. We've seen a handful of penalties missed at this tournament already. Senegal, in the final already, have missed 3, including 2 from Sadio Mane. He's among the grand hall of Senegal players who are attempting then, in 5 days' time and Friday's final, will be attempting to claim their first ever Africa Cup of Nations title. Only 2 countries have played 50 AFCON matches without a title, Mali and Senegal. Senegal want to change that. Ben Lamri. A little touch here from Feghouli. Gideora can't get it away, but it's not brought under control on the near side. Chukwueze, that ball just allowed to go beyond him. Battling hard in midfield again. The presence and passing game of Wilfred Ndidi generally on point. Nobody made more tackles successfully in the Premier League this past season than Wilfred Ndidi. Iwobi, the Arsenal man, Gernot does say he needs to score more, but did score the decisive goal in the 3-2 win over Cameroon in the last 16 of this tournament. So halfway through the opening half, no goals as yet between Algeria and Nigeria. Spain. Putting it back to William Troost-Ekong, based in Italy in Serie A at Udinese, the city of Udine. Is Ho. Well, he has been very direct about the mindset, saying that nobody's bigger than the team. Since we're here to win the title, since his players understand. Certainly the players have suggested that he's managed to get a team of talented individuals to work as a cohesive unit, as a team on the pitch. And he's created this environment of discipline in the Nigerian squad. And the Super Eagles looking to fly highest here. Chip over the top. Feghouli won't get on the end of this. Mahrez and Feghouli failed to combine here for the Desert Foxes. Soufiane Feghouli has scored only his second Africa Cup of Nations goal in the quarter-final tie against Côte d'Ivoire. His only previous goal, also against Côte d'Ivoire. Musa, a special player. His brilliance has always been known. As Iwobi looking to cut through the centre again and battle on once more. Well, Adlin Guediora is proving rather difficult in midfield for Nigeria, and the battle on between Adlin Guediora and Wilfred Ndidi. Then Alex Iwobi looking to get involved, and the call has come in favour of Guediora. Then over the top, and this will be a little bit of pressure for the Nigerian defence. Algeria dominating possession in the early stages, but they haven't really translated those into genuine attacks. Haven't been able to completely dominate. And Nigeria will be looking to keep it that way. They won't mind that they're not dominating the possession stakes. They'll want to dominate on the scoreboard come the end. It does not matter how you win, it matters that you win, ultimately. At the stage of the tournament where pretty performances are not always required, but rather gaining the result is far more significant. Chip out wide. Feghouli trying to go on the overlap. Mehdi Zafan, who's been a little more cautious since made his way into the squad. Yusuf Attal, a very dangerous attacking right back who loves buccaneering down that far flank. On this occasion, though, Mehdi Zafan getting it a little wrong. The French-based right back. And he can play left back or left wing, just touching his planted foot and ultimately seeing his shot skew well wide of target. And like his coach, French-born. Akpe. There's a table. Muro back to Akpe. Put under a little pressure here is Daniel Akpe, who's been in and out of the Nigerian starting lineup in recent years, and certainly had enough of a battle with the likes of Ikechukwu Ezenwa and most recently Francis Uzohu, who started in the World Cup for Nigeria and Russia last year. Ben Nasser, Mandi seeing a little bit of space opening up here. Feghouli has put himself in a pocket, looks for the pass now. A little too strong for Mahrez, who might just reel this in. And reels it in only enough to steer that ball out for the throw-in rather than the corner. Guediora and Iwobi coming together again. Guediora this time successfully challenging for that ball. Throw-in taken quickly by Nigeria. Collins will have the throw again as Igalo has helped maintain possession for Nigeria here. Iwobi, a man that wrote his name into Nigerian history with the goal against Zambia in the World Cup qualifiers last campaign that effectively saw Nigeria's place at the 2018 FIFA World Cup seal. As Tebo and Feghouli come together, Nigerian free kick. Throws to goal. Born in the Netherlands, the country of his mother, Eleanor Troost. It's a little too long for Bunja, who gets on the end of it now. A brilliant one-on-one situation created by Baghdad Bunja. He's unable to beat Daniel Akpe. A fine save. Big right palm out and denies Algeria the opening score just before the half-hour mark. Wonderful bit of creative instinct, denying Ndidi's pass out wide and quickly turning it over, creating a counter-attack out of not very much, and then pressure on Amuro from Baghdad Bunja. Daniel Akpe, brilliantly positioned on this occasion in his maturity in the goalkeeping department. Ever increasing for a man who, in the earlier days of his goalkeeping time, and certainly not immune to it in the latter stage, was prone to the odd blunder in the goalkeeping department. Every goalkeeper will make a mistake, there's no doubt about it. But fine from Akpe on this occasion. Here's Musa. That's come off the arm. That'll be a free kick. Now, Adlin Guediora needs to be careful because he's one of two Algerian players in that midfield. He and Benasser, who play alongside one another, who sit on yellow cards already in this tie. Chukwueze appealing before it even hit the arm. He anticipated the trajectory of the ball, and he would like to take this, but I can tell you that Ogenekaro Tebo is standing off to the side of the ball that's been placed by Chukwueze. Referee looking to set a three-man wall for Algeria. Will it be Chukwueze? Will it be Tebo to strike this? Difficult man to beat is Boli. Nigeria looking to create danger from the set piece. Chukwueze goes hard, but it's parried down into the ground, almost with an arrogance by Mboli, who says, "You think you can beat me from that sort of range?" Oh, he is a world-class goalkeeper, is Rais Mboli. His definitive performance came in the round of 16 tie against Germany at the 2014 FIFA World Cup, where he made an incredible 11 saves against the eventual champions Germany. 11 saves. The German side that was utterly unsung before he was eventually beaten by Schürrle and Özil. Slimani scored late, a consolation goal. And what memories were created in that 2-1 scoreline after extra time between Germany and Algeria. Meanwhile, just over half an hour's gone here, and goalless it remains. Algeria pushing forward again. Bunja, who could have had a couple already for Algeria, breaks into the 18-yard area. Trostekong is looking to defend against him, and that'll not be a penalty. The referee might just have a quick word here, and because we have VAR available, I think there will be a little check, but the referee's decision, firstly, is that there was no penalty. A very stern referee. Bunja is asking, is there going to be a VAR review, because I believe I was taken down. I think he's stripped himself up. Looks to run into Trostekong, trying to get his body between Trostekong and the ball, looking to shepherd the ball. I think the referee's made the correct call there. Spot on is the 40-year-old Gambian referee. He's not refereeing these two nations for the first time. He refereed Nigeria's 3-1 win over Algeria in the World Cup qualifiers, which Nigeria advanced at the expense of Algeria, amongst others. A moment ago, Baghdad Bunja runs onto this. It's Kenneth Amuru, looked to clear. It was just the speed of Bunja rather than anything else, but brilliantly closing the angle on Bunja. It allowed Daniel Akpe to make that save, but Amuru was looking to get it spot on, and it was the pace of Bunja that was so incisive that managed to win that ball for the Algerian. Ben Lamri, meanwhile, looks to be swinging arms at Igalo. He's trying to just keep it below neck level. And eventually the call will come in favour of Algeria. So free kick to Algeria. Nodien Igalo, with his palms raised skyward, is appealing for a simple explanation, feeling that he had done nothing wrong other than try to avoid flailing arms of his defending opponent. Algeria are a win away from advancing to their first Africa Cup of Nations final in 29 years. Up against a side that is certainly, if not desperate, rather urgent to go all the way in this tournament after failing to qualify for successive Africa Cup of Nations tournaments since winning the 2013 title. While Nigeria did lose to Madagascar in the group stages, they have wins in all 4 of the other matches that they've played. Based on performances so far, it will be a massive effort to beat Algeria. But if Nigeria come together, click and hit top gear, there's nobody that can stop them. Certainly for the teams in the last 4, it's fair to say for all of them, it's about who pitches up on the day, who puts in the performance as required. Sefan out wide to Mahrez. Here's Sefan again. Can't spread this ball beyond Musa. Throw in it'll be. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Ben Lamri. Back to Boli in the Algerian goal. Figoli over the top, a real chance here for Bunjak again, between 2 defenders, and that's just brilliant from Jamilu Collins. The recovery from the Nigerian defence, superb. Looked to be another one-on-one situation created as Figoli managed to get that ball beyond an advancing Omurua with a lift over the top of the Chelsea man, and then into the path of Bunjak. Trostekong looking to close down the angle, Akpe rushing out, and then Jamilu Collins cutting out any chance for Bunjak to score with an all-important touch. Now from the corner, Mahrez will feed, Akpe indecision, and it is not cost Nigeria on this occasion. Gidiora recovering for Algeria, looking to pick out Mahrez, nodded away by Iwobi, whose defensive work is not to be taken for granted in this tie. His work rate and work ethic has been thoroughly impressive here against the pass in. He's onside, there's no concern for Igalo, but it's just a little trip up momentum-wise, but he's broken into the danger area. Iwobi back to Igalo, they're searching for the man in space. Musa, a flying attempt from Ndidi, who tries a powerful drive, ricochets off the Algerian directly in front of him, and now the chase is on for beIN, and it'll be recovered by the Nigerians with the ball out of play on the near side. This the chance a moment ago. Odin Igalo and Adem Gidiora coming together. Oh, when the ball spills free like that, there's no call for a handball. Not from that sort of ricochet. There's Gidiora back in position. 8 minutes to go to half-time, and while there's no doubt that we always want to see goals in matches, it's not short on entertainment, this semi-final tie. Super Eagles, whose only loss came in the group stage against Madagascar, the surprise team of this tournament undoubtedly, but have looked increasingly stronger since. And that wonderful come-from-behind victory over the defending champions Cameroon, and then a fine 2-1 victory, almost last gasp, against South Africa, who had eliminated the tournament hosts Egypt. Lovely ball in here from Iwobi, sets up a chance, is pulled wide of targets. Odin Igalo with a chance to score his 4th of the tournament. And look at this, the way that it's won back. It's Itebo with the ball-winning ability in the middle of the park in the first place. And at the moment, that combination of Ndidi and Itebo is managing to keep John Mikel Obi out of the starting lineup for Nigeria. Two coaches, both of whom had successful careers in France in their playing days. Oh, the legend, though, in France, at Bordeaux. It is Bastille Day in France, massive celebration. One of the great celebrations of the world. In a country that is also seeing one of the great sporting events of the world in Tour de France currently underway. No doubt some of these players have been keeping an eye on what's been happening in sport around the world, but they focus now very much on the 90 minutes in front of them, potentially 120, maybe even penalties to come. Delivery out wide. This is better from Mahrez, looking to take on Jamilou Collins. Mahrez with his weaker right, deflected in, and that's an unfortunate own goal from William Troost-Ekong, who proved to be the hero with the winner against South Africa in the quarter-final, has turned it into his own net. He is experiencing the highs and lows. Just days apart is William Troost-Ekong, scoring that late winner against South Africa in the quarter-finals. He's unwittingly tucked the ball into his own net here after Mahrez had done the damage down the right. A brilliant run. Got the ball onto his weaker right foot as he looked to cut that ball back in towards one of the two Algerian players waiting. It clipped the shin of Jamilou Collins and into the path of Troost-Ekong. And there's not a great deal that Troost-Ekong could have done about that. The deflection would have undone him. Had to try to manage his weight and wasn't able to shift his body across. Catches him just above the hip into the back of the net. And he looks forlorn. A man who genuinely is among the more charitable in the world of sport. Donates a percentage of his salary to One Mata's Common Goal charity. He's done so much for so many. Utterly thankful for his opportunity as a footballer. And somehow he's now gone and experienced one of the lows of football, scoring an own goal. Not just in any situation, scoring that own goal in this situation against a very dangerous opponent who have only conceded once in the tournament. That'll be a concern for his side. So Nigeria need to regroup. They're chasing the game. They're a goal down. The other semi-final was decided by a Dylan Bron own goal in extra time. CAF President Ahmed among those in attendance. Nigeria. Collins across to Troost-Ekong, and needs to get his head back into the game if it's not there already. His commitment to Nigeria is undoubted. Despite being born in Haarlem in the Netherlands to a Nigerian father, and his father, I think, is from Akwa Ibom State, if I recall. His mother, Eleanor, but grew up in England, educated in England. Initial football in England as well. It's beIN. Through here, Unja laying it into the path of Belaili. Leaves it behind under good pressure from Didi, who's seen that ball turned over by Chukwueze. Alex Iwobi now a chance to run at the Algerian defence. Musa and Igalo wait for delivery. Chukwueze looks to put himself in a little pocket as well. Closed down by the Algerian defenders, who are rocking back in numbers. And that'll be out for the throw-in on the far side to Nigeria. The opportunity of a long throw-in opposite the 18-yard area. Presenting itself here. Chukwueze. Would have been waiting for delivery in. It might fall kindly here. Chukwueze can't get a touch on that to finish. It ricochets kindly for Mboli, and he will not be denied. Oni Nigalo. Again, the man who's looking to get on the end of a loose ball that he can try to fashion home. And this time looks to block the attempted clearance of Rami Ben Sebaini. And ricochets kindly for Rais Mboli in the Algerian goal. To the near side, Chukwueze. Ben Sebaini with a big challenge, and referee Gassama right on the spot, happy to call. And that was a free kick in favour of Nigeria. Spot on again from the referee, who's already refereed 7 CAF club competition finals, and who has been a FIFA referee for a dozen years. Nigeria, closing moments of the opening half, trailing by a goal, looking to fashion an equaliser. The side that was trailing against Cameroon managed to come back and win that tie. They've looked increasingly better in this tournament. 1 minute of time added on, says the South African fourth official, Victor Gomes. As we hit the 45-minute mark, Nigeria are leading courtesy of that Trostikong own goal. Top here, a little too strong for Chukwueze to realistically run onto, and that ball will skip kindly away, and Mboli will take a little time, I'd suggest, to getting this ball back into play. William Trostikong, it's his son Oscar's first birthday coming up in just 10 days' time. And I know he would have been wanting to celebrate with his family upon his return to Italy. The fact that he would be an African Cup of Nations winner might not be the case unless his side can come back. Half-time, says referee Gassama. It is 1-0 to Algeria at the break. An unfortunate own goal from the
Algeria are 45 minutes away from appearing in the Africa Cup of Nations final here in 2019. If they